The PPP stands for the Paycheck Protection Program. The ERC stands for the Employee Retention Tax Credit. But which one's best for your business? We're going to give you a side-by-side comparison, but before we do, we want to make sure that you know about careserc.com. There you can answer a few questions and instantly find out exactly how much money you can get. Okay, let's get started. You're going to see a case study, and we want to let you know that this case study was done before the government finally approved these PPP changes. Here are the changes. First, instead of 8 weeks, you now have 24 weeks to use the funds. Second, at first you had 75% of the loan that had to be used on payroll. Now it's only 60%. That helps out a lot, but until the government allows you to take both the PPP and the ERC, there's still a decision to make. Here's the case study.
This looks at PPP versus ERC.
Right. So we're going to basically look at a fake client. And this client is called the Diner. I love the logo.
So we've got a diner. Tell you a little bit about it so you understand. The diner has 30 employees, and this is just kind of a common case study that's out there. So
they were shut down, so they went to delivery only as a result of the crisis. And that took them down to about 10 employees working in-house. That's all they needed to continue the services they were able to do. That diner doesn't really anticipate the ability to bring back any employees additional than the 10 before third quarter 2020.
So the diner saw on Good Morning America that they should take the PPP. And so let's take a look at that. And they were really excited because they got on the SBA website and typed in the number of employees, typed in their payroll, went through this process, and they're getting Kendra, look at this, $225,000. Now, we got to make a decision, PPP or ERC. And so they look and say, okay, should I do ERC? And so they're going to look and say, well, we got 10 employees. So that's our payroll cap for that time. It has a much larger payroll cap. And so now we've got a $50,000. Kendra, this is a no-brainer, $225,000 or $50,000.
Right. Everyone would automatically gravitate to the $225,000. However, there's some fine print that we discussed a few minutes ago that we need to take into consideration. They have 8 weeks to use this free money.
Yeah.
75% of it has to be on payroll, but how can they do that? They only have 10 employees now. They can't do it.
No. So they're going to go through, and let's look at this actual usage. They're going to go through, and let's say they even have, and Kendra, they might not even have 10 employees. A lot of times we're seeing it's the owner's spouse, one more employee, things like that. But let's say they even do. So there's their payroll caps for this. And based on their staff reduction, the amount that they can actually take
is only $55,000.
But the amount that's forgivable in there, because that's what it's all about.
Because their payroll was cut by 2/3, that other 25%, Ryan, that they can use on other things also has to be cut by 2/3. So their forgivable amount is only $18,461. So the free money went from a staggering $225,000 to only $18,461. Now, could they take the $225,000? Sure, but now they're going to have to pay that back over 2 years.
Yeah.
How is that possible in their current situation?
And listen, I don't care if it's low interest. At the end of the day, they can't afford the monthly payment. They can't afford to invest this in. So this is where businesses are looking and saying, wait, do I want $50,000 in free now money, or do I want 24 monthly payments of, over $8,000?
Everybody thought PPP was so amazing, and yes, it has had a great impact on many businesses. However, when you're looking at the small businesses that are still out there, such as the diner, it wouldn't have the impact.
Now, just because the PPP wouldn't impact the diner doesn't mean that it might not be the best for you and your business. The first step is to find out exactly how much of this employee retention tax credit you can get. To do that, go to careserc.com.